What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to talk about something that everyone struggles with, I think, and something that a lot of people do very often. Because I know personally myself, I've done it and probably will do it again. Because it is a very hard thing to stop doing, and that is about comparison. And that could be in life, but not just in life, but mainly in things like trading and progress people are making, mainly on social media, that this is really hard with. So it could be a business, it could be someone's life where maybe they can run further than you or faster than you, or people are making more money than you, or they're doing this. Maybe you took a trade and then you see someone else that won a trade and you're like, oh, what have I done wrong there? Or it's all about comparison, and social media really, really does not help that. So in today's video, I'm mainly going to be talking about this in the context of trading. So I hope you guys enjoy. So comparison is actually human. It's how our brains have evolved, and it's natural to look at someone, especially on social media, and think, oh, they're ahead of me. Or maybe you've seen it in, for example, I'm in a Discord where there's hundreds of people in there making thousands every single day, and it's so hard not to compare yourself and think, oh, I should have taken that trade, or maybe like, why am I not making this money? These people are, what am I doing wrong? Like, it's all about that comparison. And you may be thinking, why are you not there yet? But comparing yourself and comparing your journey to someone else's images on social media, fucking profits they may make, like, it's definitely not worth it, because social media realistically only shows like the highlights, the big wins. Do you think people are going to be showing all the losses, or the actual journey it took for them to get there, or the times they were sitting there, especially in trading, when they've lost accounts, when they've lost tons of money, when they've blown accounts, when they're like over trading, they're revenge trading, they're doing all of these things that they shouldn't be doing? They're probably not going to be posting that on social media, because why would they? Because then it portrays them in a different image than they may want to be. So if they're just posting profits like 20k days, 50k days, and then you're looking at it like, shit, what am I doing wrong here? How are these people doing this? But you don't know what they're actually doing. Bro, they could have made a 50k day, but yesterday they could have lost 100k. Do you know what I mean? But do you think they're going to show that? Probably not. And like, you're only just going to see the wins. You're not going to see like the progress that took them to those wins. So when you're scrolling and you see other traders posting these big profits, maybe their lifestyle, like new cars and houses and all of these, or massive account numbers that they may make, this will trigger a comparison response. And this comparison isn't just a thought, it actually activates emotional reactions like fear, doubt, anxiety. Envy is a big one, and even it can like upset you, it can make you depressed. Like, maybe you've been working on this for a year, 2 years, and you're nowhere near the stage, but then, like, especially me, I've seen people that have become profitable within 6 months, within a few months, and they started making money from trading. And it's so hard not to compare yourself, because I know I have. I've seen like I've been doing this properly just over a year, and I compare people that maybe have been doing it shorter than me or the exact same time as me, and like they're passing accounts. And I know that when you start comparing yourself, and when you get it in your brain where it's like, oh, I should be doing that, or how am I not there yet? It really does bring on that doubt. And I think very importantly in trading is not having doubt in yourself, because then that doubt can lead to hesitation in the markets. It can lead to you trading wrong. It could be like, and trading wrong, I mean by skewing your actual observation and your analysis. You're not trusting yourself. And there's actual real research that comparison on social media such as Instagram or TikTok actually increases negative feelings, especially when you're comparing to people that, what's the word, upward. So you're not comparing people that may be below you, people that are above you and are doing much better than you. So in trading, this really can be so mentally destructive, because yeah, as I said, you may start thinking, why can't I trade like them? Why can't I trade like Trading Pool? Why can't I trade like PB trading or any of these traders? Or you maybe start thinking maybe you're not cut out for it, or you're just not good at trading. Do you know what I mean? You can think all of these thoughts, and that's what comparison does. But the truth is, and I think this is the most important part of this video, that everyone is on their own journey. Maybe, yes, someone's passed a funded account in 3 months and you haven't passed one in a year, or someone's taken profit here and you didn't, and then you lost a trade but they did it. Like, it's all comparison. Everyone is going to be looking at the charts in a different way, and this is a thing when I've been watching videos, people talking about trading itself. I think so. Obviously, I learned off Trading Pool, and a lot of other people that probably watch this learned off Trading Pool. And when watching these videos, I'm kind of repeating myself, but when watching these videos, I've realised that individuality, I think that's how you say it, is so important, and actual perspective and discretion in trading is much more important than just copying someone's strategy. So obviously I trade how Trading Pool trades, but I don't at the same time. Like, I've got his strategy, and then the thing is, everyone trades different and everyone trades like how they like it. So some people don't like taking many trades, so then they refine a criteria so much that they don't take that many trades a month. Some people like trading more, so then their trading will be, their criterias and all of that will be to have a higher trade frequency. Both of these two people are trading the same models and the same concepts, but it's just about their personal, how they like to trade, which goes back to the thing, everyone's on their own journey. Everyone's journey is unique, and everyone, I think this is the most important thing, everyone looks at the market different. So if you're in a Discord group and you see, oh, someone's taken this trade and you haven't, okay, does that mean you're a bad trader? No, it just means that person has seen a trade in a different way as you have. Literally today is an example. So today is the 27th of January. I'll be posting a recap today, so you can go watch that. Someone called BK in the Discord, he caught the same trade as me. Now, my trade was 2 risk to reward, and I entered off Divergence and SMT from an internal protected low. But BK entered off a 1 minute time frame, whereas I entered off a 5 minute. So he actually had a higher risk to reward. Another thing with the trade is his break even was different to mine. So because he entered on a 1 minute, once there was a high, which you'll see in the video, that the break even point was for both of us, he went break even before me, because for my criteria it was a 5 minute break and we did not break until a certain point. But on the 1 minute we actually did break, so for him he was actually break even, but for me it wasn't. That doesn't mean either of us are wrong, it just means we have different systems and different ways we like trading. And that's another video I'm actually going to do, is on data collection, and this is why data collection is so important, because it's how you build. Maybe you have a system, but it's how you build individuality, and it's how you create your own system, your own refinements. This is what happened. This is what, like, the beauty of it is, like, you collect all these trades and then you can go through the data, see what you like, see what you don't, and just remove things. You can add things, you can do this, do that, and it's so good because it's all proven and it's all there right in front of you. So yeah, it doesn't mean me or BK are wrong, it just means we have different methods, and we both at the end of the day hit take profit. We just saw it differently, and that's the main thing. So when I'm talking about comparing yourself to others, like, I could compare myself to him and say, oh, he's gone break even. I think he's a lot better trader than me. He's been trading for longer and he's actually making money from the markets. So I could compare myself to that and think, oh, he's done that, but I'm not at break even. But if you then start to like compare yourself to these people and then start copying what they do, then you're just like almost getting rid of what you've built up, your system, what you know, what you should be trusting. Do you know what I mean? You should be trusting in your own analysis and not comparing to other people. So another thing is like when comparing on social media or on anything, another thing, like I was talking about how you don't know their journey or what they've been through, like you don't know their risk. They may be risking loads. So when you see these massive like payouts, you don't know how much they're risking. And maybe they can do that on one account, but then are they going to have that account consistently? So for example, I risk 0.4. That gives me more consistency and longevity, which is what I'm trading for, than maybe someone that's making fucking 10k and they're risking 2% and they're like full porting the account every trade. Like, do you know what I mean? Maybe if they have the money to just full port accounts and lose accounts and do this, cool. If that works for them, it works for them. Another thing is you don't know their capital, you don't know how they trade, or as I said, the risk factor. So how much they're actually risking to make these payouts in these massive large numbers that I have personally seen. Like live, I've seen people making over 20 grand just in one trade, and like even people like Powell, he's got 20 accounts on Apex, like, and he's just £1,000 trade, 20k just like that. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I've talked about why you shouldn't compare, but if you can't compare yourself to others, who do you compare yourself to? And this is important. You've got to compare yourself to you, because it's not about comparing to others, because no one else is on your journey. It's just you. It should be you against you. So you got to think, where were you last month? What were you doing? How were you trading? Where were you 6 months ago? Maybe how was your discipline improved? How was your risk management improved? If you ask yourself these questions right now and think, if you've ever compared before, compare back to yourself and think, because I know, like I've talked about this in a video, I forgot which one it's called, but it was about how it's just you on a journey, and really, like, as I'm saying, it just compare yourself to yourself, because this is what it was talking about time periods and how like being present is so important. So a lot of people aren't present and they don't think about, they're thinking about the future. But then when you actually sit there and ask yourself these questions, like, where were you 6 months ago? You will actually sit there and think, like, I've made so much progress in this time. Like, comparing yourself to then is crazy. And that's the thing. This is a metric you can actually control, and it's showing that it's real progress. Like, you're not comparing yourself to others and thinking, I should be doing that. You're comparing yourself to yourself, and you're comparing, I've started to do that, or I've got better at this, I've got better at that. Do you know what I mean? And I was actually reading this thing, as a psychologist called Jordan Peterson, and he said that you should be comparing yourself to who you were yesterday, not who someone is today. So, and then he also says that's how you grow sustainably. So how can you actually protect yourself from like comparing, and protect your mindset so you don't get these doubts, you don't get these limitations that you can set on your mind from comparing? My advice is to, one, limit your social media use. So try to stay away, because I know a lot of the trading space is very toxic, I would say. And there's not a lot of transparency, unless there's a few people I would say that are good with transparency, but as I'm trying to be, there's a lot of people in the trading space, it's just very toxic. So don't let like scrolling away and seeing all this and that, like, just don't let it control you. Another thing is track your own progress. So as I was talking about, compare yourself to 6 months ago, track your progress, journal what you're doing, because then you'll literally be able to see it in front of you, progress. And that's what a lot of people look for in trading. Like, I know it's hard to see it because you can go so long without making any money or making anything. But if you actually look at yourself and you journal and you progress, and like you just write down all these things, you'll be able to see yourself, what you're doing and how you're improving. Another thing I'll say is celebrating small wins. So like today, I made about 500 on my 50k out of a futures account, and I would have made 800. So this was just because of mistake. It's still a win, so I'm still celebrating it. Maybe it's not as much as I would have made because whatever reasons, but because of that reason, I've now learned something. So me losing maybe 200 extra profit for learning a lesson, for me, I think that's quite valuable. And as I said, if you're celebrating small wins, every disciplined win will count. So if you're staying disciplined, you're sticking to your plan, all of these things, celebrate that. Like, be proud of yourself, because I know myself, maybe I wasn't disciplined at the start of my trading journey, and I may have big wins, but then I'd lose it all back. I'd lose it all. Anytime you'll try and like revenge trade or over trade, and maybe you made some money from this revenge trade, I guarantee you the market will take that back from you. And then another thing is turning envy into curiosity. So instead of like, why am I not there at that point as someone else, ask, what can you actually learn from them? Instead of just comparing, maybe look what they're doing, and maybe look at yourself, which is the main thing you should be doing instead of comparing. But look at yourself and think, okay, they're doing that, I'm doing this. So maybe they're waking up at 6 in the morning. You're waking up just before market open, so you can't do proper analysis. You're not properly awake. That's just a little example. Like, there are things that you can look at other people and then use it to your advantage, but it's just about not letting yourself then be in a state of doubting yourself or having that envy. You shouldn't be having that envy. You need to be curious about, look, these people are making this much, or these people are doing this, and what can I learn from that, instead of like going and sinking into a pit. Why have I not done that? Why am I not there yet? Instead of feeling bad for yourself, go and actually do something about it. Like, healthy comparisons will mean learning from others without judging yourself, and that's okay. But unhealthy comparison is the kind that will chip away at your confidence, and especially in trading, you do not want this, and this is the one you just want to eliminate. So this is the end of the video. I want to say, don't trade your peace, your mind, and your journey, your discipline, and like your pace. These are all the things that matters. Don't trade that for comparison on what other people are doing, because as I said, you're on your own journey. Everyone will move differently. If you try rush it, and if you try revenge trade or anything, you're likely to slow that journey down. So stay on your own journey. Don't compare. The market doesn't care how fast you got to where you want to get to. It will reward consistency, it will reward patience, it will reward self-awareness. And these are the key characteristics that you got to remember. So next time you're scrolling or you're looking at, this person hit his trade, I didn't, I missed it, like I'm a bad trader, think, okay, is there anything today maybe I didn't do? Like, did I stick to the discipline in my plan? Did I miss it because I was sleeping, for example? I know I've done that before. Just don't compare to others, and remember, you're on your own journey, and don't rush it. Stay present. That's another thing I'll say. Stay present and stick on your journey always. Do not compare, because a lot of the times maybe people are making such and such money on accounts that you compare yourself to, like someone making 50k, but as I said, they could have lost 100k tomorrow. I bet you won't. They won't show that. They won't show that. So I read every comment. So if you want to give a video suggestion, if you want to ask me any questions, I'll happily reply. Stay disciplined, stay focused, and until the next time I'll post, which will probably be about next week, unless I'm posting another trade recap.